Alright guys, so we have another Modern Warfare multiplayer leaked video here going through a bunch of stuff. Now this video is going to be a bit different. Unfortunately, most of the Modern Warfare videos have been hype. Everyone in my comment section have been excited about this game. But this video, we're going to look at the other side of things because these leaks here don't look too good, but we can look at this from a, optimistic and positive perspective. So most of this video, we're going to be talking about the microtransactions in this game. Now that already is just a scary topic because microtransactions arguably just killed Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4, it's an okay game, it's really not that good, but the microtransactions completely killed the vibe, killed the mood, and just ruined the game for pretty much everyone, and we're scared and worried that microtransactions will do the same to Modern Warfare. So let's just get straight into these leaks here. I'm getting this stuff from two different sources. So we have the Gaming Revolution. We know he has all of his sources, he has piles of information, but there's also another source here, and this guy he's been leaking a bunch of stuff about Black Ops 4, their development struggles, and he's been leaking a lot of interesting stuff. I don't know how credible he is, but let's look at his tweet first, and then we'll go through the Gaming Revolution's information, and his is a bit more detailed. This is just a general statement, and it's not a good one, so let me just get it out of the way at the beginning of this video. So this is what he says: Modern Warfare is going to have aggressive microtransactions, especially post-launch. They'll keep trying to get as much revenue as they can, regardless if the system is performing well or not. So here's the deal. That did not sound good. No part of that tweet sounded good. This is again coming from a somewhat credible source, so we're not so sure. We don't have all of the details yet, so definitely don't freak out. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't cancel your pre-order or do anything crazy, but it's definitely not a good sign if someone is saying this about this game. Let's go through the Gaming Revolution's leaks about microtransactions, and let's try to figure out, if this guy is making sense. Aggressive microtransactions, regardless if the system is performing well or not. That's pretty much Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 right now, they're doing it. It's not fair to the players. It's not fair to anyone. They're overpricing all these different Blackout characters, and it's not working out. So if they continue that into Modern Warfare, we're screwed and it's going to ruin the game. So let's go through the leaks here. So for one, supply drops will be returning. We will also be seeing Battle Pass, different seasons in Modern Warfare, and we're also going to be getting, this is one thing I'm very worried about. So how the Battle Pass is going to work: obviously it's a Battle Pass. Fortnite, Blackout, or Black Ops 4 has it sort of right now, the Contraband Stream, whatever it's called. You're going to be getting loot from that Battle Pass, and you're not going to be getting the loot from the Battle Pass in supply drops until the season ends. So after, let's say, Modern Warfare Season 1 ends, that loot will become available in the supply drops. So as these seasons continue, all of this loot from the Battle Pass will be within the supply drops. But the thing is, if you're getting the Battle Pass, the supply drops are just going to be filled with all of this worthless duplicate of stuff that you're already going to have, and that's not good, because if you're spending money on supply drops, you're just going to be getting stuff you already have, and that's how you get scammed, and it's just a waste of money, and they're just taking your money and you're not actually getting new stuff. So that's a pretty big deal here. I don't know if they're going to avoid this by making it so you don't get duplicates, but obviously that's probably not going to happen. So that's like strike one for me if that actually happens. And again, this is a leak. This is not confirmed, but the fact that this is even a leak, the fact that we're even talking about this, it's a bit scary. It's a bit worrisome, and that that would not be a good thing for the game. The Game Revolution also mentioned though that you do get a free supply drops per day. I think if you just log into a game or play a game of multiplayer, or log into the game for like I think they did it in World War II or something like that, in past Call of Duties. So that's cool. You get a free supply drop every day. But that doesn't outweigh the fact that you're getting all of this duplicate loot in supply drops. It definitely doesn't, but it is a plus, I guess. So here's the thing with the character gear as well. So character gear within the game, you're going to have the full outfit, 20 outfits per operator. Yeah, they're called operators in this game. And you're going to be getting them obviously from the Battle Pass and then from supply drops, and it's going to be the same system as any of the other loot pretty much in the Battle Pass. So they're going to have set operator outfits in the supply drop system at launch, or whenever they add supply drops. Maybe they'll add supply drops a month after the launch. launch of the game. It depends, whenever it is, that's how it's going to work. And then those operators outfits from the battle pass, you know, those will transfer over to the supply drops. So really, if you think about it, 2 to 3 months into this game, supply drops, I'm scared that they're just going to be filled with all of this loot that we already have, and I don't know, that's just not a good thing. And supply drops especially, really not the best model. And I don't know too much about how Black Ops 4 works. I don't play that game, I don't spend any money in that game, but the Gaming Revolution also said that a bunch of these separate operators and then their individual 20, you know, plus maybe even operator outfits for each operator, those are probably going to be able to sort of purchase individually with COD points. And if it's anything like Blackout, you know, you're gonna have to spend a lot of money, almost 20 bucks on these different operator outfits that you can also potentially get from supply drops. And it's just going into a whole nother world again that we don't need to go into. And I don't know, man, it's just not a good sign. It's really not a good sign. I think the problem for me is that if they make it so there's a way to get these operators in the game, but you can also just buy it for 20 bucks, that's gonna suck. That's gonna ruin the grind, and it's gonna ruin the grind for people that actually just want to play the game, complete some crazy challenges, and then get the operator outfits that way, instead of getting them from supply drops or having this random lucky chance from getting it from a supply drop. The battle pass, I don't mind. The battle pass, you know, it advocates you playing and grinding in the game, so that's cool. But with the supply drops, it ruins it. It ruins the vibe. And obviously, I think we know that Call of Duty wasn't just going to take away and get rid of supply drops. We knew that was going to happen, but you know, they need to do it in a way where we're not getting screwed over. And again, right now, like I said again, this is just a leak, but if they do, you know, what they might do here, not really a good thing. So here's some other stuff about operators. We're going to see a bunch of different celebrities as well. So this is not really bad news. I think this is pretty cool, seeing different celebrities, different, you know, sort of political figures, some Putin lookalike, Marshall Lynch, I think 21 Savage as well. Like a bunch of funny stuff we might see in this game. So that's going to be pretty cool. Again, if they make it so you have to spend 20 bucks on this guy, I don't know, it's not really, I mean, I guess Fortnite, they do it well. You're spending 20 bucks on a legendary or whatever it's called in Fortnite, the $20 top tier skin in that game, and people spend tons of money on that. So I guess that is sort of better than supply drops, because supply drops, you're spending money on a chance to get it. At least I guess I would rather spend money on a skin that I know I'm guaranteed to get. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I guess I like that idea better. If I know I want a cool skin that just released and I can spend money and I know I'm gonna get it, I'll probably do that instead of, you know, spending 20 bucks on supply drops and then getting all duplicates. You know, that would not be a good day. So who knows how they do it there. That wouldn't be as bad. Going through as well, the Battle Royale system that they're doing, the cash system, the Gaming Revolution calls it Plunder, and I think Plunder is just a leaked code name for it right now. Who knows what it's going to be called, but it's some sort of cash system. You get cash by winning the game, and you lose all of it. If you lose the game, you get top 5, you get more cash. If you get first place, you get the most amount of cash. You can deposit it in a bank in Battle Royale, and I think you can use it throughout the game mode, maybe throughout the whole game. And they might make it so this would actually be a good aspect of the game. They might make it so, you know, they're pretty much advocating people to play the game, get good at the game, play the game as much as possible to get that cash, and hopefully you can use that cash for stuff like operator outfits or different weapon skins and stuff like that, where otherwise you would be using COD points, but instead you played the game a lot, you won a lot of games, you're doing really well, so you get this in-game cash, and then you can use that cash on the stuff in the game to make your operator look cool and to make your weapons look cool and get new attachments. And you know, who knows what other customizable options they'll have in the game, but that would be better than spending actual money or COD points on this stuff. But then you have to think about it. Activision, they want their money. So if they have this system in the game where we're playing and we're not giving Activision money, then why would they want that in the game? So maybe it's too good to be true. I mean, I don't know. So I don't know. Look, I'm scared. I'm a rational thinker. So obviously I know that this game's gonna have microtransactions. I know based on the Infinity Ward developers, like the directors, Taylor, Joel, but all these different guys, like they all have like good intentions. They all want to make a good game. So I don't think that their goal is to make these microtransactions as terrible as possible. So I think they have to have them in the game just off of Activision's orders, but they're gonna make them as good and fair as they possibly can. But it's just like, at what point does it get to the point where it's just like not fair and it's just not good? I mean, I can't get as bad as Black Ops 4, hopefully, but if it's anything similar to Black Ops 4, it's just going to ruin the vibe of the game. Like, this game has the potential to be such a good, solid game. The hype is so insanely large for this game that microtransactions could kill all of the hype for this game. So, I don't know, man. They really got to get their stuff together. And these leaks, you know, they're not too bad, but they definitely aren't. It's not the best sign for this game. I'm still optimistic. I'm still hyped. I'm not like, oh man, this game's screwed. Like, I still think it's gonna be a solid game. And even if the microtransactions are in the game, just let's not buy them. Let's just not take part in this. If it becomes, you know, completely pay to win, then that's another story. If they make it so these operators are necessary in the game, which they might be, because Spec Ops, they might actually, there was a leak in Spec Ops that you could actually have specific abilities with your operators. So if you can get operators from these supply drops, or you have to spend money to get these operators, and then Spec Ops, you get certain abilities with these operators, that's pay to win. That's the definition of pay to win right there. Paying for an operator to get a certain ability that may have, you know, maybe overpowered or different than your opponent. So that's pay to win. So if they do that, that's not good. That's as worse. That's as bad as it gets. So let's see what happens. These are leaks, so things are subject to change. Stay positive. Stay optimistic. We're still a couple of months out. We'll see what happens. But until then, we'll just have to pray and just be patient, I guess. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.